Hello everyone. This is your English tutor. I'm so happy to come upon with another interesting session. Let me take you to the next level of grammar today. Shall we all back to the class now? We are moving on to the topic adjective. What is mean by adjective? Adjective is a word that describes the qualities or states of being a noun or pronoun in the phrases or sentences. So, adjective is a describing word. For example, it's good to be here. The giant has enormous square teeth. Here are the two sentences from that we learnt two adjectives. Really, both the words are describing a noun. Good, it talks about the quality. Enormous square teeth. So, enormous, which is talking about states of being. So, these are the thing which is really describing a word which is called adjective. My dear children, now let's we all read aloud some other adjectives. Good, bad, beautiful, ugly, cunning, strong, busy, happy, humble. These are all the describing word what we say adjective. Now let's apply our understanding in this workshop. Choose the appropriate adjective to complete these sentences. We contrast them. He is, as, does as a fox. How does a fox will be? His character. It's really a fox is really a cunning animal, very clever. We contrast him. He is as cunning as a fox. Ram has got a heavily built body. He is as does as an ox. How will be an ox? It's really a strong animal. Ram has got a heavily built body. He is as strong as an ox. She came into the room as does as a mouse. How does a mouse move from one place to another place? Really, it shifts from one place to another place, running very quickly. It seems to be flying, which means that much speed. So, swiftly. She came into the room as swiftly as a mouse. Without his glasses, Tom is as does as a bat. A bat cannot see in daytime. So, blind. Our answer is blind. Without his glasses, Tom is as blind as a bat. Susan has no time to take up a new project. She is as does as a bee. So here Susan is a very busiest person in this sentence. So Susan has no time to take up a new project. She is as busy as a bee. So in this worksheet what we actually learned, we have some animals and some birds here. According to them, what quality really they have, that we came to know through the topic adjective. This is what we learned from this topic. Are you getting me, my dear children? Come on, let's move on to the next one. Robin's father is as das as a lion. Here we know the quality of lion and what quality really states in the animal that we know. Robin's father is as brave as a lion. My teacher has an answer for every question. She is as das as an owl. So what is the quality of this bird owl? So we are easily able to describe our teacher with one more object. My teacher has an answer for every question. She is as wise as an owl. What is meant by wise? Knowledgeable. Kate felt as das as a peacock when she secured first position in the class. When we achieved a greater thing, how do we feel? We feel very proud of ourselves, right? So here the peacock quality is described and it is compared to the person Kate. Kate felt as proud as a peacock when she secured first position in the class. I hope now you are able to know and identify what is adjective. Am I right? Are you really with me, my dear children? Now we are going to underline the adjective in each sentence below. Then write the opposite of the adjective in the blank next to the sentence. Are you getting me? For example, here is a sentence. The children were happy. What is an adjective in this sentence? Are you able to find? Happy. So we are going to underline a word which is describing noun, that we say adjective. We are going to underline the adjective in each sentences like this. And every end of the sentences we have a small blank. We are going to fill it up with the opposite adjective of the underlined adjective in the given sentences. Are you with me, my dear children? The children were very happy. So here the adjective word is happy. That word has to be underlined. And in the blank end of this sentence, we are going to fill it up with the opposite word of happy. What is the opposite word of happy? Sad. Likewise, we are going to fill it up the upcoming sentences. Are you all ready? The next sentence is, the cake was large. The cake was large. There is little water in the bottle. There is little water in the bottle. She has a small box in her bag. The books were on the top shelf. Alicia is a good swimmer. Shall we all go for our answers? Yes, now. The children were happy. The opposite adjective of this word happy is sad. The cake was large. The opposite adjective of large is small. There is little water in the bottle. There is lot of water in the bottle. She has a small box in her bag. Big box. The books were on top shelf. Bottom shelf. Alicia is a good swimmer. Bad. I hope now you are getting this. Shall we continue this once again? The mathematics exam was difficult for the students. Now, what is the adjective word in the sentence? You have to find and you have to underline. Let me also help you with some directions. The mathematics exam was difficult for the students. Ritvik is the most studious boy in the school. Mary is the best person I have ever met. Raman made a beautiful painting. The swimming pool at the club was clean. Her room is neat. Now we are going to fill it up these blanks with the opposite adjectives of the underlined adjectives in the sentences. The mathematics exam was difficult for the students. Easy. Ritvik is the most studious boy in the class. What is mean by studious? Careful. So the opposite word for studious is careless. Mary is the best person I have ever met. Vast. Raman made a beautiful painting. Ugly. The swimming pool at the club was clean. Dirty or untidy. Her room is neat. Clumsy. What is meant by clumsy? Here the word neat is organized or planned. Clumsy is disorganized and unplanned. So this is all about the adjectives, and we learn many adjectives through the worksheet. Now we go to the next Roman. Find some pairs of opposite adjectives from the table and write sentences using both the antonyms in one sentence. One has been done for you in the next slide. Here are some adjectives in the box. Are you able to read? Rude, careless, careful, tame, dangerous, foolish, sad, loud, thin, happy, smart, active, thick, wild, polite, quiet, lazy, safe. These are all the adjectives we have in this box. What are we going to do with these? Let's see now. Here are some blanks. We are going to fill it up with both opposite and the synonym word of an adjective. We are going to fill it up with the words in a sentence. For example, they have a tame dog which acts wild at times. Here are two words which is underlined in the sentence itself. What are the underlined words? Can you see and read? Tame, wild. What is mean by tame? Which means domestic. What is mean by wild? Things which is related with forest. For example, we know that a domestic animal what we live, what can be grown in home itself, that is called domestic. Animals what live in the forest, that we say wild. Are you getting me? This is what they have, a domestic dog. That dog sometimes it acts like a wild dog, which means that much brutal. Okay, in this way we are going to fill it up the other blanks with both the adjectives, synonym adjective and also the antonym adjective. You can also take adjectives from this box. For example, careful is an adjective, and for this word we have antonym adjective, careless. Happy, what is our opposite word for happy? Sad. Loud, quiet. Lazy, active. Likewise, we are going to fill it up the other blanks. Shall we? Join with me and do it now. My cousin is very rude, but his mother is very polite at nature. What are the adjectives to be underlined, my dear children? Rude and polite. My cousin is very rude, but his mother is very polite at nature. Rude and polite. She is a careless student, but she should be very careful with her studies. Here are the adjectives to be underlined as careless and careful. The lion is a very dangerous animal, yet smart animal. What are the adjectives to be underlined here? Dangerous, smart. The music was very loud in the party, but I like to stay in a quiet place. Here are the adjective words: loud and quiet. Radha was very sad, but she turned very happy on seeing her best friend. What are the adjective words taken place in this sentence? Sad, unhappy. The next sentence is: he is lazy to work alone, but he is very active to work with his friends. What are the adjective words here? Lazy and active. The next sentence is: A4 sheets are very thick but not thin. What are the adjective words taken place here? Thick, thin. The last sentence is: the wall painting was so beautiful, not ugly. So adjective words to be noted is beautiful and ugly. You just underline those adjectives in all the sentences. Now we move on to the topic pronoun. What is meant by pronoun? A pronoun is used in the place of a noun. I hope you all remember noun. So in the noun place we are going to use something which is called pronoun. For example, my English teacher name is Mr. Arun. My English teacher's name is Mr. Arun. He teaches English very well. Here I underlined a word. I highlighted a word. What is the highlighted word here? He. He teaches English very well. Who is the word he refers to? Mr. Arun, the name of the person. So a pronoun is used in the place of noun called pronoun. So here the pronoun is he. Now we move on to the worksheet. Now, a pronoun is used in the place of a noun. We have two types of pronouns. We see what are they. Subjective pronouns and objective pronouns. Those pronouns are called personal pronouns. The personal pronouns are in two types. What are the two types, my dear children? Subjective pronouns and objective pronouns. What are the differences between subjective pronouns and objective pronouns? Let me explain you now. The subjective pronoun refers to the person or thing doing the action. For example, now I am talking to you. Am I right? So here, who is the subjective pronoun? I. Am I right? I am talking to you now. So here the doer of the action is I. So subjective pronoun refers to the person or thing doing the action. The doer of the action is called subjective pronoun. Whereas objective pronoun refers to the receiver of the action. I am talking to you now. What is the objective pronoun here? You, because you are receiving my talk. Here you are the receiver of the action. So this is the difference between subjective pronoun and objective pronoun. For example, she reads a novel every week. Who is the doer of the action? She. So this word she is the subjective pronoun. Give the apple to her. Give the apple to her. Who is the person to be received the apple? Her. So here this word her is objective pronoun because this word her is the receiver of the action. This is what subjective pronoun and objective pronoun. Now let's our better understanding we have this Roman. Write the correct form of the pronoun in these sentences. We are going to fill the blanks with the right pronoun using the clues. Rama and a dash were present. What is the answer to be placed here? I or me? Rama and I were present. Rama and I were present. Let dash answer this question. Here someone is allowing one person to answer. So that person is the receiver of the action. So here we have to fill the blank with the objective pronoun. Let him answer this question. Let him answer this question. We are not as poor as them. We are not as poor as them because here the word them is not a doer of the action. So we go for the next one. Dash are going to England. Who is the doer of the action? Them or they? They. They are going to England. So I hope the next sentence is also very much easiest one for us to find. Is it so? Yes, because only we are going to fill the doer of the action here. Dash looks pretty in the white gown. She looks pretty in the white gown. Take Dash with you to the fair, please. Take me with you to the fair place. Now let's we go to the next Roman. Rewrite these sentences using pronouns in the place of the underlined nouns. Here are some words which are noun and those nouns were underlined. We are going to convert the nouns into pronoun. Are you getting me, my dear children? For example, Rogan is in class 4. Rogan is a good student. Why do I want to repeat the word once again, Rogan? So let me use something in the place of a noun. What is called? Pronoun. Rogan is in class 4. He is a good student. Are you getting me, my dear children? So here the right pronoun in the second sentence is he. So in the place of noun we are using something which is called the pronoun. So fill it up your answers with the right pronoun. Rogan is in class 4. He is a good student. I like apples. Apples are good for health. I like apples. They are good for health. Here this word they refers to non-living. So we have the word they. We can be used this word in both the sides for living and non-living. Ritika is the best student. She is the class leader. Rogan and Ritika are friends. Rogan and Ritika study together. Here we have two names of the person. So for that case, what we have to do? So plural doya has come. Rogan and Ritika are friends. They study together. Paul is the English teacher. Paul is a good teacher. Paul is an English teacher. He is a good teacher. Shabnam baked a cake. Shabnam is a good baker. She is a good baker. I hope now you are able to do things with the pronoun. Let's we go to the next Roman. Now let us fill the blanks with the appropriate pronoun. Shab and Ria are friends. Dash live in Lucknow. Here two persons were given in the first sentence, Shab and Ria. So here what pronoun has to be used? They live in Lucknow. Now let's we see the questions and then we can go for our answers. Shab and Ria are friends. They live in Lucknow. We know the judge. He is my father's friend. Jude is not alone. John and David are with him. Collect the money. The teacher wants it now. Arun loves football. He plays it well. Tell me a story. My dear children, do remember one thing before filling these blanks with the appropriate pronoun. You have to do remember one thing. What is subjective pronoun and objective pronoun? Subjective pronoun to be placed in the place of the doer of the action. Objective pronoun should be placed in the place of the receiver of the action. Do remember this thing and fill the blanks with your appropriate answers. Now let's we go to the next Roman. Underline the pronoun in the paragraph given below. I have already underlined. You just have a cross check and then you have a better understanding on this topic. Yesterday, Rinku and Ritika went to the park. They are friends. There is a word which is possessive pronoun. Roni and Rani came too. They played on the swings and the slides in the park. They. Due to the rain, their clothes got wet. The next day, Rinku had fever. She could not go to school. She was taken to the same hospital where Ritika too was admitted. The doctor who treated them advised both the girls to take medicines and food on time. He instructed their parents to be more careful the next time they sent their children out in the rain. Here are the nouns. Let me read only the nouns now. There, they, their, she, them, he, their, they, their. These are all the nouns we have in the paragraph which was underlined. You can also follow me. Now let's we go to the next Roman. What is this, my dear children? That, those, this, these. What the boy is pointing something? Shall we see now? Those are the thing which is called demonstrative pronoun. Pronouns that are used to point out objects are known as demonstrative pronouns. So when we are pointing some objects, that objects are called demonstrative pronouns. This, that, these, those are demonstrative pronouns. Now let us read the following conversation to understand the usage of demonstrative pronouns. Here is a conversation which has taken place between two persons. They are Mary and Jim. Could you give me that pen on the table over there? Now Jim says, is it this pen here that you meant? Yes, that blue pen. Here it is, Mary. Can you please pass those notebooks on the desk over there? These? Sure, I shall. So here are the highlighted words or that, these, those. So these are all the pronouns which is pointing some objects, and those things are called demonstrative pronoun. Now let us fill the blanks with the appropriate demonstrative pronouns. When a singular thing is near, we use this. When a singular far things there, we use that. When plural near things, we use these. When plural far things are there, those. That is what we saw in the picture. This is her book. I do not like these apples because there is no pointing in that place on the table. So we do not go for those. So simply we can take near plural, these. Where have you put dash books? Because at the time we don't have a book. We are asking someone about some books. So really it is exactly far away for us. So we choose those. Where have you put those books? Do not use this word. It is not good because the conversation is taking in present. So we can go for this, and we don't want to go for that, these, those. Do not use these words when the conversation is going on right now. It is better to be used this. I will not allow you to watch that movie. It is a horror movie because already there is a movie which is explained, which is pointing out now. So that really it is for. That is a good answer because one person may answer, and after the person answered that, we may describe it. So that is a good answer. Those windows are open. This game belongs to me. Those days were amazing. It is past, so it's too far to use this word those. My dear children, you can use this or that for this sentence, the last sentence. This flower is beautiful, or else that flower is beautiful. My dear children, now it's your time. Now you use this picture. You see and describe this picture with your pronouns. For example, mom and dad are sitting on a mat. They are playing chess. Here is a clue for you, my dear children. They are playing chess. Here, what is a pronoun? I used they. Likewise, will you try your best? Yes. Now let's go for possessive pronoun. Possessive pronouns help us show possession. What is meant by possession? Things what we own. Things what we have right now. Those are called possession. Possessive pronouns help us to show possession. For example, sometime when our brother or sister takes our thing, we say that, hey, that's mine. Is it so? Exactly. This is all about a possessive pronoun. And here are some possessive pronouns I mentioned in the place, example place. Shall we read aloud now? Mine, ours, yours, or theirs, his, hers, its. And do remember one thing, my dear children. When you are using possessive pronoun, when you have an object, you don't want to use yes after the pronoun. When you have object, you don't want to use yes. When you don't have an object, simply use these pronouns. For example, now I am going to talking about my purse. Here is my purse. If someone is taking my purse, I say that, hey, don't take, that is my purse. I mentioned the possession what I have. So I simply used my. If I don't want to use the word purse, so I can go for this word mine. He don't take that is mine. That purse is mine. Likewise, we have to concentrate on other possessive pronouns. This is what we learn from this topic. Come on, let's we see some other Romans for our better understanding. Here is a worksheet. Let's we study the table given here. Here are some personal pronouns, and the next side we have possessive pronouns. The possessive pronouns are mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs. These are all the possessive pronouns. Here some personal pronouns are there. Me, you. Now we are focusing on the topic possessive pronouns. So it's better to have a look on these sides. Possessive pronouns. You just recall it and read aloud once again for our better understanding. Now let's go for this worksheet. Now we are going to complete these sentences with the suitable possessive pronouns. These frogs belong to her. These frogs are dash. Here already we have a person, her. So what possessive pronoun has to be used here? Hers. We don't have object. What is the object in the sentence? A frock, right? A dress, a gown. So we don't have an object after the dash. So we can go for possessive pronouns, hers. You do not say these frogs are hers frogs. That is exactly not right. Are you getting me, my dear children? These frogs belong to her. These frogs are hers. This bag belongs to him. This bag is his. We do not say this bag is his bag. That is exactly wrong. The dog belongs to them. The dog is theirs. We do not say that theirs dog. The dog is theirs. That bag belongs to Ravi. It is his bag. We do not say that his bag because already it is mentioned it. Here the word it is mean to bag. So we don't want to add one more time bag. It is his. This is Rohan's cycle. It is his. That is your cycle. It is yours. You must learn to keep your books neatly. The books are yours. These goats belong to us. These goats are ours. We do not pronounce this word ours. We have to pronounce this word ours. These goats belong to us. These goats are ours. Now let's go for a next Roman. Underline the correct pronoun. I have already underlined. You just follow me with my help. You can also do in your book. I showed him. What answer to be used? My house or mine house? As I already said, when you use my possessive adjective, you have to show object. When you use possessive pronoun, you do not show object. I showed him my house and he showed me his. Here we don't have object. So we can go for possessive pronoun his. Her house is near mine. Here we do not use hers house because this is wrong. Her house is only right. Her house is near mine. It's our house. It's our house. We do not say it's ours house because the object is mentioned, so we do not use ours. When the object is mentioned, we do not use our. When the object is not mentioned, we can go for ours and some possessive pronouns. Okay? It's our house, not his. Is this your book or mine? Are these my books or yours? Are these my books or yours? My house is bigger than hers. My house is bigger than hers. This is all about we learned from this session. I hope today class was so enjoyable and really useful for us. Meet you all with another interesting session. Thank you all again and have a great days ahead. Thank you so much.